Tonight, there's more anxiety on the southern border after a new report that Latino Americans are being denied passports and having their U.S. citizenship all of a sudden questioned. CNN's Nick Valencia is joining us. He's following the story. Nick, hundreds of people reportedly are being accused of using what, phony birth certificates?
That's right. It's shocking. And specifically, the government is cracking down on those who were delivered by midwives in South Texas between the 1950s and the 1990s. And as the Washington Post reports that this is happening with more frequency and that it could affect hundreds, if not thousands of Americans, most of them Latinos. Along the border in South Texas, American citizens are being denied U.S. passports, and their nationality is being questioned. The Washington Post reports those denied are often Latino, living here along the border. In some cases, the legal limbo caused by a denied passport has left Americans stranded outside of the U.S. or facing deportation proceedings. According to the Post, the Trump administration is accusing hundreds and possibly thousands of Hispanics along the border of using fraudulent birth certificates since they were babies, and it is undertaking a widespread crackdown. Scrutiny and passport denials for those born near the border began during the George W. Bush administration and continued through the early days of Barack Obama's presidency. The State Department is not providing current data of the denials, so CNN cannot independently verify they have surged under President Trump. But several immigration attorneys in South Texas paint the picture that it has. One attorney told us that he has dozens of such cases in court now. Carlos Garcia, another attorney, says he has noticed a particular pattern under the Trump administration.
There's no doubt that the Latino community is under attack, and these tactics that the government is using throughout their different agencies are a direct attack on members of our community.
The government says that their suspicion stems from people born with the help of midwives, some of whom in years past allegedly provided U.S. birth certificates to babies who were actually born in Mexico, outside of paperwork-heavy hospitals. Midwives are a common option in South Texas for families unable to afford the labor ward.
It's really difficult and try to prove that you were born. I'm American. I have my papers. I have voted.
Arthur, who requested anonymity because he fears retribution from immigration officials, told CNN he's had his passport renewal request denied twice. Once during the Obama administration and again this year. He said he was asked more specific questions this time around.
They don't trust that you're a U.S. citizen.
The State Department tells CNN there has been no change in policy, adding the border region is, quote, an area of the country where there has been a significant incidence of citizenship fraud. Midwives and other birth attendants, in addition to legitimately registering births born in the United States, have accepted money and filed U.S. birth certificates for babies actually born in Mexico. The department provided no concrete evidence to support this claim.
I've had people walk into my office wearing a military uniform, come in and basically in tears telling me that a superior has indicated to them that perhaps they aren't United States citizens. It's definitely present. It's definitely a lot.
Now, many who bear the burden of proving their birthplace are in limbo. And some of those in limbo are Americans who have lived in the United States their whole lives, in some cases served in the U.S. military. The Washington Post reports, in at least another case, one person was a Border Patrol agent. And really quick, a caveat to all of this, Wolf, is that this is happening at a time when President Trump is lobbying for stricter federal voter ID laws in an area that is predominantly Democratic and, as we mentioned, heavily Latino. Wolf.
Nick Valencia with that story. Thank you very much. I know you'll stay on top of it for us.